I don't know what happened, but if I could get him over here, for some reason, both Electric Blue Acaras in this aquarium have ick. Pretty seriously, too. Let's see, what was the timeline? I fed them, yeah, and they're both hiding, too. One's up in that corner, and one's up in that corner of this 90-gallon aquarium. I fed them Saturday, and then my feeding schedule, I didn't feed them Sunday, then I fed them Monday, I didn't feed them yesterday, which would be Tuesday, and then today is Wednesday. And I just fed all the tanks, and when these two came up, man, they were covered. And I have no idea what changed, what happened. I haven't added anybody to this aquarium, I haven't done anything. And if you see, none of the others have it. Like that Severum's fine, that Firemouth, even though he just ran away, fine, he's got a little bump on the head. That Severum maybe, if you look at the fins, but I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. So it happened. Now I got to deal with it. Basically what I ended up doing is clearing out that 20 long over there. All that I had in there were a few cardinal tetras and what, a couple of stirbai, a couple of frogs, and that a pleco. So now, I mean, I've got ICX, so I'm going to try that. That temperature over there is pretty warm. Here we go. Yeah, look at this guy. I have no idea what the hell happened. It just, it wasn't there and now it is. So I'm gonna get him out of there as quickly as possible, as well as the other blue. And again, they're the only ones that are having this issue. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's going on, but I do have a quarantine tank for them right now. I just cleared that out. I'm gonna grab them and put them over there and start treating them and see what happens. The trick will absolutely be getting these guys out of here because this is a pretty big aquarium. Luckily, they're kind of quarantined themselves over in the top area here. Yeah, well, so much for that stupid lid. If I hadn't gotten stuck on that lid, I probably would have gotten that guy on that first scoop. The temperature does feel kind of cool in here, but I don't think that's it at all. And like I said, no new fish or anything like that in here. Oh, I'm never gonna get this guy. This sucks so bad. And I don't know why it's just the blue Acaras. Every other cichlid in here, as far as I can see, is fine. So are the tetras. Although that Firemouth probably won't be now, he's freaking out. I'm gonna have to get the big net. I got a huge net for my Oscars. I might get that thing in here and just scoop this guy out. Yeah, this is always right, you know? They're already stressed because they're not well, and then you stress them out even more by trying to catch them and putting them in a new tank. All right, here we go. All right, got the big guy. He's gonna pop out of this tank. So I'm putting him over into that aquarium right there. Randy has no idea what that is in my net. That's kind of funny. Yep. I know it's only 20 long, but that's all right. It's going to be a little bit easier to treat. Hopefully he doesn't pop out while I'm getting the other one. All right, so now we're going to get this other one right here, the little guy. He's down in the branches right there. See what happens. He's over there now. Over there now. Ah, you sack of crap. He's definitely harder to get than the bigger one. He's much more elusive. Oh, I thought I had him there. Well, I keep saying he. I actually know for a fact it's a she. I might have to get my other hand in here. Oh, it's so close. And luckily, she's being really dumb about it. Oh, she moved back to the other side of the aquarium now. It's kind of funny. She's like when you throw a shiner on, if any of you fish, I don't fish with shiners anymore, but, and I used to. you have them on a hook, and as soon as something was coming to get them, they'd surface real quickly. That's how you could always tell something was after them. These things do the same thing. That's kind of funny. I never knew they did. All right, cool. Got it. Got her. All right, let's go put her over there with the other one, who is luckily still in here, hasn't escaped or anything. Yeah, probably should put the camera down while I'm doing this. All right. Not sure if you can see the big one, but I mean, you can absolutely see the ick all over this poor guy. So I'm gonna treat it and we'll see what happens. But wish me luck. I've never had to deal with it quite like that before. I've dealt with it on smaller things. What specifically? I think I've only had it one other time. That's why I've got the ick-ax, but it wasn't anything like, oh, it's the tiger barbs. Yeah, anyway, we're gonna see what happens. All right, the temperature in here. Yeah, look at these poor guys. Oh, he just ran away again. I don't know how well you can see it, but oh my God, I feel so bad for him. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And the other one's got it too. So I treated with ick-ax. The temperature in there it's actually pretty high. It's mid 80s. I might try to turn that thermometer down a little bit. You can actually see the waves kind of coming off of it, which is insane. So I'm gonna turn it down some just to see what happens. And then I'm gonna also put an air stone in here so that they got some movement of oxygen and air, because it does have one of those canister filters, the hang-on back canister filters going right now. So it's got a bunch of filtration, but I'm gonna go ahead and put some oxygen in there because it's hot and I'm treating them. Well, luckily, just like anyone else that runs aquariums, I have a bunch of extra equipment. So I'm putting a air stone, big air stone, and an air pump onto this aquarium. Well, we got airflow, so that'll help. I mean, they're in a really small aquarium. He's gasping already. I turned the temperature way down on it. It's up to 85 in this aquarium, which hopefully even just that shock doesn't hurt them at all. But they're both acting goofy, and like I said, they're both covered in it. So we'll see what happens. I'll check back in a couple of days and just kind of let y'all know what's going on with it, because I love these fish. I had this fish, well, I like these fish a lot, but I've had this fish for, I had this guy now, over 2 years. I got him before I got the Oscars, which I've had for over 2 years, so I really don't want anything to happen to him. Like I said, we'll see what happens, but they're both panting as much as fish pant. Yeah, that's that, so. See what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. We'll come back and I'll let you know how things go. Here's the 90 gallon. It's the day after I discovered the ick on the blue acaras. The severums, the firemouth, the tetras, the polar parrots, they're all still looking good. No signs of anything on them. I actually did do like a 60 or 70% water change this morning, just because it seemed like it was the right thing to do. Those polar parrots keep digging up this sword plant. I don't think that thing's got much left in it. But yeah, so far these guys are still looking pretty good. Over to the other guys. Obviously, they still have it. You can see it on the big guy's head right there. You can see it all over the place, but they're looking, they're still feisty as can be. Actually, the big guy keeps kind of chasing the little girl around. We'll see what happens there. Maybe putting them in here will actually do something to get them to breed. But regardless, I'm going to keep treating. The temperature in there is like 84 degrees, so it's nice and warm. Hopefully that'll do something to sort of mitigate what's going on here. But like I said, he's just covered in it. She actually looks pretty good compared to last night already, which may or may not be a real thing. Maybe it's just my imagination. But yeah, we're going to keep these guys in here, keep them treated, keep checking on them, see what happens. It's only been, you know, goodness, 15, 16 hours since I saw it last night when I was feeding them. So we still got some hurdles to jump over, but this is the next day update. It's Saturday morning, actually probably the same day this gets posted. And I'm not sure how well this will focus, but these guys are looking way better. You could probably still see, I'm hoping that you can still see maybe a little bit, yeah, right there around on his on the black part or a gray part of his face, but just way better than what they were looking. The little girl is actually pretty much looks like she's all cured up. I don't see anything left on her really. But like I said, this guy, you can still see it a little bit on him, a little bit in his fins. Fins got a little torn up and everything too. So, you know, they had a little bit of a rough go, and plus they're beating the heck out of each other in this little aquarium, constantly chasing each other around and everything. So I'd like to get him out of here as soon as possible. But again, I've never really dealt with ick in this sense. I've had a couple of like barbs that got it, I think they were. Maybe it was some guppies or platies, I don't remember, but they didn't make it anyway. These guys made it. I was able to get them into this aquarium, heat it up, and get them in there. So my question becomes to anybody that's had to deal with this, how long would you wait before you put them back into the 90? And the reason I ask is because if we look at the 90 over here, all of these ones are doing great. I'm gonna move that sword plant out of this because they just keep ripping the thing up. I'm gonna probably put it in with the Bolivian ram tank. But if we look down here, I mean, they're hiding because a whole lot of dynamics changed the moment I pulled that blue Acara out of here because he's kind of the tank boss of this joint. But you can see the firemouth, the green severum, they're both doing fine. None of the tetras, nothing else got the problem, the ick that these guys got. And I'm not sure why it was specifically those two fish that got it, but it's sort of weird, I suppose. Again, I've never really had to deal with an outbreak like that before, but they're doing great. It looks like they're all cured up, or at least very much on their way to being cured up. So how long should I wait before I put them back in here? I know, I guess I don't know. So anybody that can let me know, please do. Otherwise, the update is actually a positive one. Everybody seems to be getting back to normal. There's 90 gallon. There's still one to eat. The other tank is still eating. The blue Acaras, they're doing great. They're eating like crazy. They're feisty. They're running around. It didn't seem to affect them too poorly or too badly, I mean. So yeah, here we are. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments about what I should do in terms of introducing them back in, how long I should wait, what I should look for. If there's going to be another outbreak, do you think? Is there like a secondary infection that could happen prior to me putting them back in? Go be awesome and do awesome things.